Glitterbox. I've got something here that you don't ever want to turn down. Something for your mind, your body, and your soul.
I don't know how people find their way onto the dance floor. Everyone has an individual journey.
Dance has no color. Dance has no barriers. It didn't matter who you were, what you were. There was always a sense of freedom.
When the clubs opened, you saw the look on people's faces, the smiles, the energy that people gave off. You were all there to dance.
People being the stars of the dance floor, people wanting to lose themselves, people that are on the dance floor are what make great clubs.
You are listening to Melvo Baptiste on the Glitterbox Radio Show.
You've been hurt and you've been down. You've been set out of your firstborn and pushed around. Flying high, but oh, you fell so low. When she walked down on that door and left you on your own.
Yeah, as I welcome each and every single one of you along to an unbelievably special broadcast and episode of the Glitterbox radio show. Kicking things off today with Furious, I'm Not Defeated. And then, of course, we jumped into this one. Miss Alison Limerick and Where Love Lives right here on the Glitterbox radio show. As we just take ourselves a little breath to appreciate, to recognise the moment that we're in right now. Yes, this is the Glitterbox radio show. Yes, my name is Melvo Baptiste. Episode 207. Not only is it episode 207, but this, tonight, is our Where Love Lives special. If somehow you don't know or you haven't heard about our brand new feature-length documentary, Where Love Lives, will broadcast exclusively on YouTube this coming Thursday. So today, just for you guys, we have a remarkable 2-hour special. Broadcasting live from the Defected headquarters in East London, and we're joined by some wonderful guests. The man who needs no introduction to this show, Simon Dunmore, will be joining us. We'll be talking all things music, all things documentary. Also today, joined by two of our amazing and wonderful performers and two very important personalities who feature on our brand new documentary, Where Love Lives. My name is Melvo Baptiste, wherever you are in the world right now. Thank you so much for joining us. Shouts to the family on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. Thank you for joining us. Gonna kick things off with a classic. This is South Soul Nugget. Welcome along. Yeah, kicking off today's session in style. Track in the background, Philly Groove. Big shout DJ Romaine. And before this one, South Soul Nugget. If you have just tuned in, welcome along. This is the Glitterbox Radio Show, but as I mentioned, a rather special edition today. Firstly, broadcasting live from the Defected headquarters. We're with you for 2 hours today, joined by Simon Dunmore, TeTe Bang, and Misfit as well, as we celebrate a magical moment, the premiere of the brand new Glitterbox documentary Where Love Lives, which launches on Thursday. All that to come in today's show, but for the guys who've been with us for a minute, you will know we've put out a number of compilations in years gone by. Disco High, Disco's Revenge, Hotter Than Fire. There's been some memorable moments. There is a brand new one on the way, in line with our brand new documentary entitled Where Love Lives. We're with you on the 16th of April. So many amazing records on there that you need to check out, and it includes this one right here. Brand new music. Dimitri from Paris, Furious. This is Music Saved My Life.
You are listening to Melvo Baptiste on the Glitterbox Radio Show.
So we've all enjoyed some wonderful moments on the Glitterbox radio show over the last 4 years or so. And there's been special moments, and there's also been some very special records. And this, for me, amongst all of the records that I adore, has to be top 3. It has to be. Right now, take a moment. In about 2-3 minutes' time, we're joined by Simon Dunmore, getting deep. Love is the message. But right now, take a moment. Mother, father, sister, brother, and love is the message. Yeah, wicked. As we broadcast live from the Defected headquarters and play you one of the finest disco records ever made. Mother, father, sister, brother, and love is the message. And I'm going to cut that record short. And I'm going to actually only play the first half of that record. And I think to some people it may be a very bad thing to do. But more importantly, today, as mentioned, we have a few wonderful guests in store for you. And the man that sits opposite me is a guy who we have live on the radio show and the man behind Glitterbox, Simon Dunmore. How are you?
Very well, Melvo. Yourself?
I'm really good. I'm really enjoying the brand new setup we have here at Defected and the wonderful looking basement. So we've been close with music and Glitterbox, and we've spoken about so much over the last X amount of years. Of all of the things that have happened at Glitterbox, the parties, the events, we have a brand new documentary. Was that a long-term vision, plan of yours, or is it something that just kind of developed over time and happened?
We felt that we had a story to tell, and I think you can only tell the story so far in terms of music, in terms of the DJs, the parties, the photography, the imagery, etc. And we felt that there was a story untold about the importance of the dance floor and the importance of people on the dance floor. And there are a lot of components that go together, that come together to make a great night. Obviously, the venue, the DJs, the music. 3 really important components, but none of that can actually connect if you haven't got great people on the dance floor. People are what bring nights to life and give them their personality and their character. And we, as I said, we felt that was a story untold. We discussed doing a documentary about how amazing disco is and how great the music is, and that DJs are incredible and they're godlike and their importance, etc. But we think that story has been told so many times before. So we're really proud of the result. I think it shines a different kind of light on the importance of clubbing and dance music.
Absolutely. And that's something that, I sat down to watch it a few weeks back now, and that's something that really came across for me. How difficult of a decision was it for you when you even considered the idea of a documentary? Like you say, naturally, you may assume it's going to be all about the DJs and the big moments and the confetti moments, but there's actually a very different and important key story that's being told here. Was that a real conscious decision? Did you know that you just needed to do that? We
consistently talk about how important our community is to us, and I'm of an age now where my prime clubbing years are way behind me. But I still have really good friends and people I speak to now that I met on dance floors randomly in clubs. They're my friends to this very day. I'm talking 40-year friendships. And those friendships formed on the dance floor through common love of music, and then you find you have much more in common beyond just music. I think they're really strong bonds. Yeah. And so I think that we tell that story in the documentary, but it's not actually just about the dance floor. You can meet people on the train, on when I'm going to Ibiza, I meet lots of people on planes or in a restaurant pre the night, etc. And then you go on to have good moments with them, and it's a really important part of our culture. I'm going to sound like I'm repeating myself, but we talk about and the journey sometimes is over numerous years. You don't know how you start off, and we're going to hear it from the people that we feature on the documentary, from TeTe Bang and from Misfit later on. But sometimes those journeys are over a number of years, 10 years. How you get from, TeTe living in Carlisle or in the north west of England, and then finding herself in London, and that's where she really felt comfortable and liberated, and felt I could express herself and meet people, and there, again, it's a really powerful narrative. Absolutely, and one which the family have really connected with as well. It's an important message. One thing that stands out for me is the timing at the moment. The world has just been through scenes that we hope to never see again. People have been locked down and people have been restricted. How's the timing for you? I know it's gone back a couple of years that the filming took place, etc. How does the timing feel to you that this is coming out now? We actually wanted the documentary to come out in the autumn of last year. People got very frustrated by the second lockdown. The nights were drawing in. It was a really tough time for people. But it just making a movie is something we've never done before. So it takes time, and I'm a pretty impatient man. I was like, it needs to be ready. Come on, get it ready. And but it was. I could see the progress that was being made in the editing and the grading of the movie, and the inclusion of music, and everyone that sees the movie cannot believe that we haven't employed a professional company to actually put this together. This has been done in-house by our team. We have a company that we employed to actually film and put a lot of the content together, Clockwise Media, and they did an amazing job. But the editing and the grading and everything that you see is done by Mike, who's actually employed by Defected, and he's been holed up in his apartment in Amsterdam, just literally diligently putting this together, and he's done an incredible job. So
now if we look at your business cards and we see Simon Dunmore, label boss and A&R man and DJ, can we now add executive film producer as well?
It's not. I mean, technically, it is classed as a movie. I think anything that's over 40 minutes, you can actually call it a full-length feature film, which seems a little extreme. I feel it is a documentary, we just do what we do. One thing leads to another. It was never in the plan. It was never in the plan when my 20-year-old self to work for a record company. It was never in the plan to own a record label. Certainly not to hold residencies in Ibiza, to have a party called Glitterbox and work with all of these incredible people. They're just stages that you seem to move into, and the documentary was just the next stage. We
are so happy you did all of that. If you're tuned in at the moment, welcome along. If you've been with us since the first minute of the show, welcome to you as well. This is the Glitterbox Radio Show, a rather special moment for us. Our feature film is about to drop, and I'm joined by Simon Dunmore. Simon, I asked you to select just a handful of records before you joined us today. Tell us a bit about them. The first one that I'm going to play that you recommended was Spiller and Groovejet. Why did you pick this one?
A bit of a long story, but I actually should have signed. There's two records that I should have signed. There's probably more than two records that I should have signed, but one of which Simon Marlin reminds me of on a regular basis was I could have actually signed Lola's Theme before it signed to Positiva. Ooh. And for one reason or another, maybe it was my frame of mind, I just didn't hear it. How mental is that? But, I feel in the dance music equivalent of the person that passed on the Beatles, not signing that record. And this was another record that I kind of was in my vision. And as an instrumental, I thought it was a great club. I thought it was a great club track. And so again, it never came to be that we signed the record. And had we signed the record, maybe Sophie Ellis-Bextor might not have sung on the record, and it may not have been a number one record, etc. So it may have taken a different path. But it is, we've actually signed it now. So I feel like we've fulfilled our destiny in some way, shape or form. We announced that we signed it. I literally have had about 15, 16 DJs literally get in touch saying, can I remix Spiller Groovejet? It's just up there as one of the great disco house records. Big nod to South Soul sampling Carol Williams' Love Is You. And I think some of the best records in dance are records that sampled records from back in the day. And this is the epitome of that.
Yeah, once again, Spiller and Groovejet for you right here on the Glitterbox radio show. Simon, thank you for picking that one. And I think you've got one more to talk about in a few minutes' time, but let's jump back into the documentary. Do you want to talk a little bit about some of the people who feature in the documentary, some very important voices, not only of dance music, but of our culture as well, i.e. Honey Dijon, Billy Porter, Jelly Bean, Nicky Siano, some real key important people.
Yeah, we wanted to tell a story of the music, of where the origins of the music and the great clubs from years gone by, and I'm particularly taken by New York from the early 80s and probably slightly a little bit before that. So it was pretty amazing to. We asked Nicky Siano to participate. Actually, Jelly Bean. We asked Jelly Bean first, and then he actually brought in Nicky Siano. And I think Jelly Bean is just one of those. When you meet him, he's so unassuming, and every time I kind of look at him or speak to him, I have to remember it's just like, this guy worked with Madonna. This guy worked with Whitney Houston. This guy, did the Funhouse. He was there. He's an original. He's an OG. But he just makes you feel really, really at ease. Amazing DJ, great tune selection, and just comes out with stories all of the time. So. Honey, obviously, we have an amazing relationship with Honey. She's signed to Classic Music Company, and her rise to prominence is nothing short of incredible, and rightly so, because she's an incredible DJ. She represents her true self in the best possible way. She's a real ambassador for LBGT and Q and Black rights, and very vocal in all of those things, and I absolutely respect her for that. Billy Porter, I actually was sitting and watching episode after episode of Pose going, I really want to make a record with Billy Porter. And then I remember distinctly sitting in Ibiza and opening my emails, and I had an email and it said, hi, I'm Billy Porter's manager. We'd love to do a record for Glitterbox. And I was just like, someone is looking after me up there. And finally Ready with the Shapeshifters features heavily in the documentary, and rightly so. And again, he's so articulate in the movie, really powerful quotes. And then we felt it right that we should also feature the people behind the art of Glitterbox. I mean, I think our imagery and our design is really strong. So we feature the designer Mark Waddell, who does a lot of our graphic illustrations, and the photographer Harris Newcomb, who I think is next level as well. So we kind of wanted to tell a story, and the fact that through those designs, we amplify the importance of the dancers. Actually, we've never put a DJ on any of our artwork for Glitterbox. It's always been the performers, and we really want to celebrate the performers, as this documentary does.
Wow. Well, firstly, if I can slightly remove myself from the Glitterbox family and circle and just say generally, from an outside point of view, inside point of view, whatever you want to call it, what you're doing at Glitterbox is amazing, for just giving people that feeling of being inclusive, being on the dance floor, just letting loose on the dance floor and just feeling free. It's amazing. And for you personally, if you look back at what is now finished, the documentary's there, it's ready for people to watch on Thursday, how would you sum it up?
I hopefully it will give people courage to go out and express themselves, and to understand that the dance floor is where you can, like you say, you can let loose. The whole your opening track, every Glitterbox show, Lost in Music. I mean, I see it. I mean, if I'm DJing and you just connect with that one person that you can see is just totally connected with the music and you, and that's a really powerful thing. If you get the whole club in that kind of state, it's like a feeling like no other.
Oh, wow.
And so yeah, I just think that. But the thing about it is I don't think anyone certainly at Glitterbox, we hope that people don't judge each other. We hope that people come and they understand. If they are judgmental, then really they probably don't feel comfortable and they won't attend, because we allow people to express themselves and be the people that they want to be. And I think that, you know, that comes across in the documentary with the stories that are told by Lucy and Misfit and TeTe.
Wow. Well, Si, we've obviously gone a bit over our time today. I could sit here and talk to you about so many different things regarding the Glitterbox story. I could talk about your background and your catalogue of music. I watched you here last week in your selector's set and taking us through a journey of music. If you haven't seen it, head over to YouTube and check that out. But we are going to keep things moving. You picked one more record for us today. Ron Hall, The Motherfunkers, The Way You Love Me. Do you want to tell us why you picked this one?
So, as you know, I love telling a story. It's,
No.
and I think you know, songs become personal when you feel attached to them. So I loved the Mark Evans vocal on The Way You Love Me, and I love DJ Spen's original production, and it samples a Teddy Pendergrass record. Now, I love my Philly soul, Gamble and Huff, Philly International, Teddy Pendergrass. You know, they're you know, I have a debate with myself whether the greatest soul singer in the world is Bobby Womack or Teddy Pendergrass, and you know, it's an ongoing debate. And so it was a special record to me. So, and Dimitri from Paris called me and he said, "I want to remix that record you've signed." Now, I used to be quite scared of Dimitri, because he's a very serious,
he can be intimidating,
serious
can't he?
connoisseur.
Yeah.
And so I was always a little bit on edge when I spoke to him. I was just like, "Dimitri wants to remix my record. This is amazing." Then he said, "I want to get Vincent Montana Jr. to score strings," and I'm like, "Philly International, Vincent Montana, I'm in disco heaven." And he said, "And then I'm going to get Tom Moulton involved as well." Now, people have their opinion of Defected about what we do. Some people love what we do, others are a little bit more vocal and don't really get what we do. But for me to have a record that has Vincent Montana Jr. scoring strings, Tom Moulton mixing it, and Dimitri behind it, I was like, that's me done. Right? No one can say anything. I have this record on Defected with these people involved in the production. It's over.
Do you know what I'm most shocked at about this story?
What?
I didn't know that.
Did you not know
I
that?
did not know that.
I have the string score in my house. I should actually frame it.
You should definitely
It's
frame
a
that.
piece of disco
Or
history.
give it to me for Christmas. Simon, I can't thank you enough for joining us today, sir. We cannot wait for the premiere on Thursday. We're looking forward to it. Are you going to hang around for a little bit after this?
Sure, and I just want to shout out to all of our community that listen and support us. I mean, even during lockdown and the pandemic, you've been there, very visible. You're really super important. So we've been working really hard to hopefully stay connected with you, and and I hope you appreciate it, what we do, because we really appreciate you checking in. To all the DJs, to everyone at Defected that's worked really, really hard through lockdown. We're really optimistic about the summer, and hopefully we'll all have a big, massive hug on the dance floor sometime later in the year. I love my hugs.
We salute you, sir. Thank you for joining us. Wow, this record now holding a whole lot more meaning. I didn't even know that. I did not know. Dimitri Mix, Vince Montana Jr. and Tom Moulton as well, all involved. Wow. Big shout out to all the crew tuned in at the moment. Thank you for joining us. This is the Glitterbox Radio Show, as previously mentioned, a 2-hour exclusive Where Love Lives special. My name is Melvo Baptiste. Still to come today, TeTe Bang, and also Misfit as well in the building.
'cause you love me. Give me reason to come straight home from your love, and I can never roam, 'cause you love me. You really love me. I'm loving the way you love me, baby. Yeah, yeah. Try this love thing a time or two. Never felt what I feel for you. And you love me. I love you and you love me, love me. Make me dinner and you make me smile. Stroke my ego, take care of my child and me. You do this 'cause you love me, love me, baby. Oh, I love the way I said I love the way I love the way you love me. Hey, I'm loving. You came to me when I needed love. You were a gift from God, and you showed me what love is. Show me what love is. You've been better to me than I've been to myself. I don't want love from no one else but you. See, all I want is you. You complete me. I'm the man I'm supposed to be because of you. I'm me because of you, because of you. I'm loving it. 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 I'm loving it.
Wow. Feeling every single bit of this as if it's the very first time I heard the record. Big shout Simon Dunmore. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for the wonderful stories. None of us will ever hear this in the same way ever again. Big shout Dimitri from Paris. The original Ron Hall, the Motherfunkers, and The Way You Love Me. Right now you're tuned into the Glitterbox radio show. My name is Melvo Baptiste. We're having a wonderful time tonight. This Where Love Lives special. We're broadcasting on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. Oh, there we go, Vince Montana Jr. And as I did mention a bit earlier today, we will also be joined by TeTe Bang, also by Misfit as well. Two very, very important personalities who do appear on the documentary and really do help to bring it to life.
You are locked in to the Glitterbox radio show, where love lives.
I want all of my work to reflect what I've really gone through, who I really am. That's what this song means to me. As a gay man coming out in 1985 in the middle of a plague, love was not an option. Love was transient. Love was what other people had, because if you allowed yourself to be vulnerable enough to be in love, that person could be dead in a matter of weeks. So we cut ourselves off unconsciously. We blocked ourselves from that. I'm ready. I'm finally ready to experience what real love is.
Lately, there's a little something I'm needing. Something found deep in a kiss. That's the kind of drug I've been missing. I believe it. True love can be more than just a daydream. I wanna experience a time when falling in love has real meaning. I don't need eyes to see it. I know my heart believes it. I wanna know if you're the one who needs my love. Tell me, could you be the one for me? I'm ready, finally ready to fall in love. Baby, I'm ready to fall. If you answer when I call, I will give it all to you. When it comes to my heart, I think I deserve to be choosy. I'm looking for love, flows like electricity through me. No, I ain't wasting time playing with no part-time love. No, 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 I want what I want. Let the power of love take me over. I don't need eyes to see it. I know my heart believes it. I wanna know if you're the one who needs my love. Tell me, could you be the one for me? I'm ready, finally ready to fall in love. Baby, I'm ready to fall. If you answer when I call, I will give it all to you. Yes, I'm ready. Oh, there's plenty. I got hope, y'all. I'm ready. Finally ready. Yes, I'm ready. Oh, there's plenty. Yes, I'm ready. Yes, I am. Oh, I'm finally ready. Finally ready to fall in love. Baby, I'm ready to fall. If you answer when I call, I will give it all. Baby, I'm ready, finally ready to fall in love. Baby, I'm ready to fall. If you answer when I call, I will give it all to you.
Find your tribe. Find your chosen family who understands how to love you unconditionally. The end.
You are listening to Melvo Baptiste.
right. Some music from The Vision that we've been adoring for a minute. Track in the background is Mountains. Hope you enjoyed it. As we just dip past 8 p.m. and you're tuned in live. This is the Glitterbox Radio Show, a 2-hour extended special. You're with me, Melvo Baptiste. And I can announce that after the next record, we will be joined by our very first guest. Well, second guest, but our first performer. TeTe Bang is in the building and will be joining us. But before we do that, turn your radios up and it's time to have a little wiggle. This one just about to be reissued. An absolute Stonewall classic. Such an important record for every disco head out there. DC the Roof, Cathedrals on your radios. Yeah, sometimes you just need to get a little bit funky. Jamie326, his re-edit of a Stonewall classic. DC the Ruin Cathedrals for you right here on the Glitterbox Radio Show as we broadcast all around the world for our live session this evening. Big shout to the crew listening in on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube as well. But I did promise you just a minute ago that we were going to be joined by another guest. And I can now welcome to the show TeTe Bang. TeTe, how are you?
I'm all right, Melvo. How are you?
You look amazing.
Thank you.
always look amazing.
Nothing else to do but dress up, is there?
Well, you say that. You do an amazing job of it. I don't think I would look quite as good as you did if I tried some of your outfits.
I would like to take up that offer and try and transform you into a drag queen, Melvo.
Don't, because people are going to be in the comments now saying, yeah, do it.
Everyone comment if you would like to see Melvo in drag.
Well, now we've even brought the subject up. You are an absolute craftsperson of what you do and the way you look and the way you present yourself. Talk to us a little bit about the part that you have to play in the brand new documentary.
I just be myself, babe. Yeah, I'm a drag queen, a drag performer, and for me, the dance floor is a gallery, right? So drag is my medium as an artist. It's sewing, it's costumes, it's makeup, it's characterization, it's comedy, and my body is my canvas. I dress up, I enter a space, and whatever that space is the gallery. So a dance floor is, to me, a way to present what I do, and drag is what I do.
What's so beautiful as well in the documentary, like, we've been to so many different parties together.
So many.
And I've watched you enjoying yourself and letting loose, but that wasn't always you. That wasn't always the personality that was able to really kind of express yourself in that way. So talk to us a little bit about when you started to gain that confidence and when you kind of really knew how you could express yourself.
I think it took time. I mean, like now I'm not fully evolved still, right? We're all constantly evolving and constantly learning who we are. For me, I'm from a working class background. I wasn't brought up around people that were academic and used words to describe how they feel. My mum always encouraged me to dress up and, play make believe. She also worked in nightlife, so I always knew about nightlife like that. And it just came very naturally. It was just naturally what I was drawn to do, is dress up and show off. I didn't ever expect it would become my job. It was just what felt most authentic to me.
I think that every kind of scene or genre or whatever's going on in life, it's so important to have someone who can be a bit of a spokesperson for that scene. And you're kind of turning yourself into that person.
Do you know what? I used to joke when I was a teenager. I'd always be like, when I grow up, I want to be a gay icon. Like, I just wanted to be Madonna, basically. And now it's kind of happening. You're like, oh yeah, you have a lot of responsibility when you start speaking out. But I do feel like queer people, we have always been at the forefront of movement, political movement, social movement. We've always been at the front of protests, and so I do feel like it is our duty. Like, I know what being authentic and being free feels like, and I want to pioneer so that everybody can feel like that. And I do feel like, that whole thing of like freedom ain't free. We have a responsibility to show the rest of the world how it's done.
Well, I'll tell you what, I asked you to select a couple of records for us today, and what you just said there leans perfectly onto the first record that you've picked. Hopefully soon we'll be back in clubs. I asked you to pick a couple of records that you might want to hear when you go back. The first one you picked was Shapeshifters, Life as a Dance Floor. Why did you pick this record?
Shapeshifters for me, as a person, just feels like Glitterbox. We've shared so many amazing memories with Shapes on stage, performing these songs over and over again, and every time it makes me so hyped. Like, I just love it. And like, Life is a Dance Floor is literally a song I sing to myself all the time. It's so relevant for whatever you're doing in life. If you're having having a rubbish day, you just like say to yourself, like, life is a dance floor. And it's like, it's the new life when life gives you lemons. Make lemonade.
There you go. There you go. We've got a brand new tag for Life as a Dance Floor. Big shout out to the Shapeshifters. I know you're listening in at the moment. We love you and we love this record.
Riding on the river, taking this chance
Okay. So there's a nice little memory for us for quite how beautiful that record sounds. TeTe, you picked Life as a Dance Floor.
Yeah.
Tell me one memory you have that really sticks out from when you were on stage or in a club and you heard that record and you lost your mind.
Every single time, like whenever we have Tenny there, it just, the energy, and it makes us so excited to have like a live vocalist. It's just, every single time we do it is iconic. I mean, when we did it just a few weeks ago for the Royal Albert Hall streaming, even then I was like waiting for it to happen. I was like, this is so sick. It's like going up a roller coaster, you know, like that bit just before you're like, oh my God, it's about to happen.
Oh my
Every
gosh.
time, I love it.
You, when we talk about the dance floor being open to anyone,
Yeah.
you mean anyone as in, didn't your mum join us for a party at Printworks?
Yeah. My mum used to take me to raves. Like, my mum was into psytrance in the 90s, and we used to go to like loads of illegal raves in the woods when I was too young to be going to illegal raves. She really like brought me up on the dance floor. Like, she is, you know, she loves the dance floor. She is a dancer through and through. So why not? She loves Glitterbox now. She's obsessed with it.
That is such a mega story. I didn't know that. She joined you actually on the dance floor at these early trance raves.
Yeah, my mum is like a raver. Like, she's a nutbag. I get it from her.
Something that you, I think, have done really, really well. When I said a minute ago about you becoming a bit of a spokesperson for the scene, which you've done an amazing job at, but also you've got a way of expressing yourself and a way of getting your message across that really shows drag as such an art form, and it's beautiful to watch.
Thank you.
Was that kind of was that intentional, or did you just start sharing on social media?
Do you know what? Like, it's just a process, and like it's just been ongoing, and I've just been doing what feels authentic to me. And you know, it, like any practice, the more you do it, the better at it you get. So, you know, I've been doing drag for nearly a decade now, so you'd hope that at some point it would have got a bit better than it was.
And we've got one more record to play from you today. Before you do leave us, just sum up for me a little bit what the journey feels like. Like you said, you've been doing drag for 10 years. We found you, you found us. The merge happened with Glitterbox. All of a sudden, you're in this
Nearly
feature
5 years
film.
ago, I've been doing Glitterbox for about 5 years, you know. It's quite a long time.
Sum it up for me. What does it feel like when you sit there and you watch the documentary back and you watch your story?
Surreal. It feels quite cathartic in some ways to be like, I'm going to share this so that it can help other people. And like, I think that's the most you can do with your story. No matter what your story is, just sharing it will empower other people. And for that, I'm proud. I'm very proud.
TeTe, thank you so much for joining us today.
Right.
You've turned up. You look absolutely amazing. I'm here in my baggy black t-shirt.
I know.
And
where's your sequins?
you're
Every time
looking-
I see you, I'm like, where's your sequins?
You're looking out of this world. So thank you for joining us. Before you do go, you did pick one more record, and you picked a record that touches me emotionally every single time I hear it. Tell me why you picked this one.
I picked this song. The first time I heard this version of this song, it was in Amsterdam. We were doing Glitterbox in a really quite a small space, and Shapes was DJing, and this was the last song of the night. And I just remember it feeling like really euphoric. And I just had this moment where I was like, this is actually verging on orgasmic. I love this version so much. And like in lockdown, I've had several times where I've needed to like exert energy, and I've just gone cycling around London, and I've cycled through London in the rain, screaming this through lockdown, and it's been very comforting.
From the moment I saw you, I went out of my mind. Though I never believed in love at first sight. But you got a magic, boy, that I just can't explain. But you got a way that you're making me feel I can do anything for you, baby. I'll be done for you, baby. Lay all my cards out tonight. Just call on me, baby. I'll be there in a hurry. It's your move, oh, baby. Baby, please do whatever you want from me. I'm giving you everything. I'm your baby tonight. You're giving me ecstasy. You are my fantasy. I'm your baby tonight. From the second you touched me, I was ready to die. I've never been fatal, you're my first time. I feel like an angel who just started to fly. Well, you got that you're making me feel I can do anything for you, baby. I will fight for you, baby. Hold on and enjoy the ride. All night in no hurry. We can fly all night, baby. It's your move now, baby. Baby, let's fly. Do whatever you want from me. I'm giving you everything. I'm your baby tonight. I'm your baby. Ecstasy. You're my fantasy. I'm your baby tonight. I'm your baby. You want whatever you want, but I'm your baby tonight. I'll be your baby, everything you need. You're my fantasy. I'm your baby tonight. I'm your baby. Just like a fatal lips are on the table, and baby, you pull the card. You got the magic and I gotta have it. I don't want the pieces, so I want every single part. I'll be your angel, I'm ready and able. Whatever you want is mine. Whenever you're ready, just call on your lady. I'll be your baby tonight. From the moment I saw you, I went out of my mind. Though I never believed in love at first sight. But you got a magic, boy, that I just can't explain. Well, you got a way that you're making me feel I can do anything for you, baby. I'll be done for you, baby. Lay all my cards out tonight. Just call on me, baby. I'll be there in a hurry. It's your move, oh baby. Baby, please do whatever you want from me. I'm giving you everything. I'm your baby tonight. You're giving me ecstasy. You are my fantasy. I'm your baby tonight. From the second you touched me, I was ready to die. I've never been fatal. You're my first time. I feel like an angel who just started to fly. Well, you got a way that you're making me feel I can do anything for you, baby. I will fight for you, baby. Hold on and enjoy the ride. I'm not in no hurry. We can fly all night, baby. It's your move now, baby. Baby, let's fly. Whatever you want from me. You want everything. I'm your baby tonight. I'm your baby. Ecstasy. You're my fantasy. I'm your baby tonight. I'm your baby. You want whatever you want, but I'm your baby tonight. I'll be your baby, everything you need. You're my fantasy. You want, but I'm your baby tonight. Whatever I do,
Yeah, some records really do just have that power to stir every kind of emotion possible inside you, and this one certainly does so. The Yvonne Turner remix of I'm Your Baby Tonight, right here on the Glitterbox Radio Show. And now 22 minutes past 8 p.m. right here in the UK. Big shout to everyone who's tuned in all around the world. I really appreciate you joining us tonight for our Where Love Lives special. If you just joined us and you don't know what we're speaking about, Glitterbox present our very first feature-length documentary, Glitterbox Where Love Lives. It will premiere on YouTube on Thursday evening. And today so far I've been joined by Simon Dunmore, give us some wonderful tales and some messages about the film. And also been joined by TeTe Bang as well. Still to come today, we've got Misfit in the building. And also, we'll try and jump into a little mix at some point as well. Right now, let's get into this. Carolyn Harding, the J. Crew remix of Strength.
You are listening to Melvo Baptiste on the Glitterbox Radio Show.
Just pick me up, I'll dance. Dance to the music, dance. Just pick me up, I'll dance. I'll dance to the music, dance. Everybody is dancing. They're out on the floor. Everybody is prancing. They're hollering for more. Now I like to party. I like to get down. I like to groove. I like to move. And I'm ready now. So pick me up, I'll dance. Dance to the music, dance. Just pick me up, I'll dance. Dance. need for sighing or staying at home. Just moving my body to the beat of the band. There's no need to fear. I'm glad I'm here. So take my hand and pick me up on dance. Dance to the music, dance. Just pick me up on dance. Dance to the music, dance. Oh, dance, dance, dance. I'm gonna party, party. Gonna yeah. So pick me up and dance, dance to the music, dance. Just pick me up and dance, oh, I'll dance to the music, dance. Just pick me up and dance, 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 dance to the music, alright. Ooh, yeah. Just pick me up and dance, 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 dance to the daylight. Just pick me up and dance, 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 dance. Gonna dance, 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 dance to the music, dance. If you take my hand, dance, dance, I can't stop now. Dance, 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 dance.
Yeah, how good is this one sounding today?
I just want to dance.
The sweet sounds of Miss Melba Moore right here on the Glitterbox Radio Show. Pick Me Up, I'll Dance, sounding just about perfect. A record that would have been played at the Paradise Garage, and across the documentary you will see that club in particular spoken about. Also on the documentary you will see Nicky Ciano, who is a legend of this game. Nicky gives us some wonderful stories. I had Nicky on the radio show around a year ago, maybe less than that. He told us his stories behind the gallery. Also told us some stories behind David Mancuso at the Loft. And he spoke about this record right here in particular, and the way the light man would work the drops just so well. After this one we'll be joined by Misfit, but right now just take a little moment and enjoy Brooklyn Express and You Need to Change Your Mind right here on the Glitterbox Radio Show.
La try to change it, try to change it, try to change it. Try to change it, try to change it, try to change it. Try to change it, try to change it, try to change it. Love me, love me. Try to change it, try to change it, try to change it. Try to change it, try to change it, try to change it. Let me change your mind. Try to change it, try to change it, try to change it.
If I'm honest, this one kind of blowing me away a little bit. Get my words out. Brooklyn Express and Girl, You Need a Change of Mind. Wow. And as promised so far today, we've been joined by Simon Dunmore. We've also been joined by TeTe Bang. Now I would very much like to welcome Miss Fit. How are you?
I'm good, thank you, and you?
Wonderful to see you.
You too.
Looking amazing as always, again.
Thanks, trying my hardest.
I don't think you're even trying very hard. I think it just comes very naturally to so many.
Well, you should see me during the lockdown. I don't look like that at all.
Right, so for the benefit of the people tuned in at the moment and listening, I feel like we probably developed a bond quite early on at Glitterbox many years ago. I think it was something silly, like you had a hole in your shoe or a hole in your boot. Do you remember?
Listen to me, you owe me a pair of heels. This is your fault.
And it was one of the first times we had met, and I said, look at the hole in that shoe, you can't dance in those. But it was your flavour, you were rocking it. Look, we've been close for many years, and something I have to say, which I think I might have mentioned to TeTe a minute ago, is that even for someone who was, I regard as fairly close to you, wasn't aware of your story, like at all, and of everything that I seen in the documentary, it really, really hit me hard. How important was it for you to share your story in the documentary?
You know what, it's funny you said that because I've realized I kept so many people in the dark for so long regarding my story. And it's a shame because by saying it, I could help someone else who was going through a similar situation. I could maybe be someone to prove that things do get better over time, and sometimes you just gotta grow some balls and just, instead of avoiding the situation, going right through it. And I'm glad I've done it. So I think it's very important to tell stories because we don't know who's out there can take that as a learning experience or just as a sign.
I mean, I don't want to give too much away, I guess, for the people that haven't seen the documentary just yet. But a big part of your story does involve your family as well. When you can sit back now and you can look at the final piece of work that's out that everyone will watch on Thursday, how do you look at the work and your role in the documentary?
Can I be honest with you? I don't even look at the work. Like, I can't sit there and watch that documentary because I just get so emotional, because it was one thing for me to do it, and I think I had to get myself in a mindset where, like, I'm doing it. I don't want to think of anything else, and I don't want to second guess myself because I was scared to just backtrack. So I did it all in one motion, and looking back at it it's really hard in a way because the people who know me know that I'm not known for being vulnerable. I would be sassy and I would just show a more flamboyant side of myself. I'm not very comfortable with showing emotions. So this for me was a first, and it's still hard for me to look back at it. Yeah.
Even when you talk about it now, there's a big smile on your face, but I know behind that there's some emotion.
Yeah.
You talk passionately so often, really about finding your family through your own adventures and your own path through life. You said a minute ago how important it is for you to tell your story in the documentary. What advice would you give to someone who maybe hasn't found their tribe yet and hasn't found the family they most relate to?
To just put themselves out there, start talking to someone, don't be afraid, and you never, like, the person next to you might become your best friend, might become, I don't know, someone who's going to teach you so much about yourself. An example, Lucy and I go way back, way before Glitterbox, and when I look back at our relationship now, I've learned so much from Lucy. And if someone would have told me this person with who you're dancing on the dance floor right now is going to help you just discovering yourself and answering questions you were too afraid to even ask yourself, honestly, like, I just want to tell everyone, just put yourself out there and allow people, the right one, obviously, not anybody, but allow people to come into your life and just hold your hand and take you on a journey.
Wow. Got a bit emotional with the fact that Lucy's not here as well.
I know.
I
wish she was, but you know what? We're going to get back together very soon.
We do actually have a little message from Lucy, which will play out at some point today. However, I asked you to select a couple of records for us today. And one of them was this, Elias and Follow Me. Why did you pick this record?
You know what? I don't even remember when was the last time I've heard this song, but every time I hear it, I just feel like everything switched off and I just fly away. It's one of those songs that it's almost like gravity doesn't apply to me anymore. I feel like I'm just floating, and this song can always put me in a good mood.
Absolutely wicked. And what a wonderful choice from you as well.
This song is sick.
Great record to pick.
Thank you.
Right, we've spoken a little bit about the documentary, but I actually want to speak to you before we go into your next record.
Yes.
A little bit about how you perform at Glitterbox. So, naturally, one thing I adore so much, by the way, at the parties It's the fact that when people like you come out and TeTe come out, it actually takes all the focus off the DJ because you guys are like more important. You're like just killing it on stage. Is it in any way routine or practiced, or is it go out and just express yourself on that stage?
So far, it has been just go out and just feel free and just experience on the stage. But looking back at some of the footages of me dancing, I'm just so hard with myself. I pick on things I could have done better. So as soon as studio reopen, I'm gonna get myself back into classes so I can literally just hit the dance floor even harder.
Oh, I cannot wait.
Yeah.
I cannot wait. What are you most looking forward to about getting back? Is it traveling? Is it just getting out and seeing your friends? Is it nightlife? What's exciting you?
You know what? Traveling is actually amazing because when we go to a foreign country and into a venue where we've never been before, there is this anticipation, there is this adrenaline that builds up. We don't know who's going to be out there in the crowd. When we do ministry or print works, there is excitement, but we know our friends, our family are going to be there. When we did that gig together in Zurich,
yes,
I had no idea what the place looked like, and it was amazing. So this adrenaline that you get just before going on stage is something that always gets me.
It's mega. We're going to play one more record. Just before we do that, as
Yes.
I did ask with TeTe, I think I asked with Simon as well, generally, looking back at your path over the last 3 to 5 years, particularly the story that you tell in the documentary, how do you sum up the documentary and your experience through all of it?
This documentary is an amazing life lesson for people to just take themselves less seriously and to just open up and have an amazing time in general on off the dance floor. I mean, we've proven with this past year that we can literally get no dance floor and no access to club, and we're going to find a way to dance anyway. And I just think overall, let's have fun. Let's not take ourselves too seriously. And one last thing, I think we should be very grateful for the forthcoming, for every gig, any party we have, because obviously everything is not like...
Doesn't it? Doesn't it make you real grateful even for the little moments?
Literally.
Something you just touched on there, right, was really letting yourself go, being in the moment,
Always.
you know, dancing hard.
Always.
And you, I asked you to pick a couple of records for us today, and you picked 2. And cheekily, I kind of ignored the second record you picked.
Oh, I've noticed.
Because I wanted to play this one, and I wanted to play this because just recently we recorded a rather special set for the documentary, which you can watch tomorrow night, Thursday night, exclusively.
2 days.
So there's a pre-party before the documentary airs. I'll be DJing from the Royal Albert Hall, as will Fat Tony. There's a performance from Natasha Diggs and from Dimitri as well. However, at one point during my set, I play this record here. I look up and you are absolutely losing your mind. Like, it's just you on the stage by yourself dancing to this record. What did that moment feel like?
You know what? It's one of those moments when I just wish I could take off my shoes and stomp my feet on the floor until I can wake up all of my black ancestors. Literally.
Crying in the street, when the angels from above
Yeah, and for the avoidance of any doubt, this moment right here in the record, this is the moment I looked up from the decks to witness the Misfit absolutely losing your mind. Promised Land sounding wonderful today.
Can we stay here all night? I'm literally just not ready to like go home now.
We can do it. I can't thank you enough for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, honestly, my pleasure.
You've been amazing, and equally I cannot wait for people to watch the documentary and really feel and see your story, because it's going to touch a lot of people.
Thank you.
Right now you're tuned into the Glitterbox radio show. Something that Misfit mentioned just a minute ago is that Lucy Fizz obviously couldn't be with us today, because I believe Lucy is in Barcelona at the moment.
She is.
However,
however,
we did manage to get a little recorded message from Lucy, who you will see in the documentary as well. And she asked us to play this one for her. Jamiroquai and Cosmic Girl.
Hi, it's Lucy Fizz. I'm super excited to share Where Love Lives and the story of Glitterbox with everyone. The first tune I want to hear back in the club is a bit of a theme song of mine, Dimitri from Paris's remix of Cosmic Girl.
You are listening to Melvo Baptiste on the Glitterbox Radio Show.
Yeah, that's hot. The phenomenal Hand Clap Band and Judge Not right here on the Glitterbox Radio Show. As I mentioned earlier today, alongside a brand new documentary, there is also a brand new compilation on the way as well. Yes, entitled Where Love Lives, and it includes this record right here. Sounding amazing today. And I'm sad to say, this almost brings us to the end of today's session. I think I always say you guys have been amazing, but you truly have today. Doing it live in East London, the Glitterbox Radio Show, a 2-hour exclusive special. Huge thanks to Simon Dunmore, TeTe Bang, and also to Misfit as well. And don't forget, things kick off from 4 p.m. on Thursday. The pre-party to Glitterbox Where Love Lives documentary. Cannot wait for you guys to see it. You'll be smiling just like I am right now. Big shout to everyone listening all around the world. Thanks to our family on Twitch, on Twitter, on YouTube, on Facebook as well. This show will remain available in in a day or two's time on our SoundCloud. Big shout to Lucy as well, as always. It's been amazing today. And before we sign out, we spoke about some very important records today, such as Love Is The Message. And for me, equally important records. Signing out on this one, Jin Khan and Time Waits For No One.
Just to